And with that, I will be reading a little bit of our keynote speaker's bio. Born and raised in Stone Mountain, Georgia, Deymon is the son of doctors Deymon and Alicia Fleming and is an only child. He graduated summa cum laude from the Greater Atlanta Nursing School in 2021. He is a scholar athlete who received a scholarship to play Division I football. He's a Division I football player at Charleston Southern University. Deymon is a recent honors graduate of Charleston Southern University. He majored in political science with a minor in leadership, graduating in 2.5 years. During his time in his undergraduate studies, he was selected to be Mr. Charleston Southern University, honored as a Phi Beta Kappa Scholar, and is currently serving as the congressional intern in Washington, D.C. for his hometown congressman, Representative Nate Johnson. In addition, Deymon is the founder and CEO of Beat All the Odds, LLC, and as an inspirational apparel brand. And he previously served as the president of the DeKalb County NAACP Youth Council. Deymon is truly a young man with his eyes on the prize, beating all the odds. And when asked about his future goals and aspirations, he says, "I'm going to be the president of the United States." I have a problem here. Please welcome our keynote speaker, Deymon Fleming Jr.
Thank you so much. Can we give a round of applause to Jasmine one more time? I did not know that they were going to do that, talk all about me, because this is not about me. But I do want to let you all know there was a little bit of something that I want to correct in that, is that I no longer work in Washington, D.C. I'm actually now in law school at the University of Georgia. I'm here this morning to be here to speak to you all because I too am all in. So I am so excited to be here today. Let me start by, well, you know what, I'm going to take this out of here. It is not in me to just stand behind the podium so I'm going to move around and probably going to come down there with y'all at some point as well. But let me start by saying thank you to the California-Hawaii State Conference leadership who thought so kindly of me to ask me to come out here. And specifically, I want to say thank you to President Callender and Chairman Russell for their leadership. Can we give them a round of applause? So like I said, I'm so honored and I'm humbled to be here today, to be able to speak before the NAACP and such a powerful group of young individuals, young change makers, not only in your respective communities, but in the world, right? And so notice I didn't say future change makers, right? You guys are change makers right now. And so I'm so excited and honored to be able to do that. And I know that there's more than just the youth here, but this is the youth-focused dinner, so I am going to speak directly to my peers. And so when I say peers, I want you all to understand this. Don't look at me as if I am, some high-up person. I really and truly am your peer. I literally was just in your shoes. And so some of you in college are probably older than me. Yeah. So anyway, so we'll go from there. And I truly do mean that. But look, what I'm not going to do, I'm not going to talk to a dead crowd. I want to make sure that everybody is actually locked in and engaged, right? This is going to be conversational. I want to talk to you. I want to invite you all to participate. So something I do every time I go to speak to people is I get everybody locked in first. So what's going to happen is I'm going to say lock, and you're going to say in, right? You guys got your assignment. All you got to say is in after I say lock. We go lock. Lock. Okay, and now because our theme is all in, I want to add something. I'm going to say all. Your assignment is still the same. All right, here we go. All. All. Okay, bet. So now we're locked in and we're all in. I got you 15 minutes. Here we go. Look, so they asked me to talk about all in, but I want to break this down into 3 different things for you, right? What does it mean to be all in? Then I want to give you a practical tool to be able to use as you go out into this world of political action, political advocacy, to be able to know who else is all in, who can be on your team. And then finally, I'm going to send you home with a charge. Is that all right with y'all? Okay, so what does it mean to be all in, right? This is not a saying that is new. This is a phrase that we've heard in many different contexts, in many different environments and settings. But oftentimes what you do when you want to know what something means is you look it up, right? And so my youth in here, some of the adults, you probably heard of something called ChatGPT, right? Well, yeah, you know ChatGPT, the AI stuff. So, all right, not too much. But what I did was I typed in there, I typed on ChatGPT, I said, what does it mean to be all in? And when I looked at what it said, ChatGPT said being all in means being fully committed to something, whether in a relationship, a project, or a goal. It implies putting your maximum effort, energy, and resources, often with a willingness to take risks. Right? And so when I thought about all in, I keep thinking of, in my context, right, you heard I'm an athlete at heart, right? So I oftentimes try to make things relatable through sports. When I think of people who are all in the sports field, right, I think of folks who are at the top of their game. Right, and so, and I don't want this may be controversial for some of you, but when I think of basketball, the greatest person to play the game is LeBron James. Right? And
No.
I know there's some MJ fans in here. But we in California though, right? but so many years. Okay, we're not locked in. We're not locked in. Right? Locked. Yeah. All right. So when I think about LeBron, I think about somebody who is constantly doing the extra, doing what it takes, right, for his cause. And his cause is to be the greatest. Right? He's always putting in extra. He's always, I think about someone who's all in is someone who shows up early and leaves late. Any of my youth, somebody just shout out some folks in any field of endeavor, in any category, doesn't have to be political action, doesn't have to be sport, whatever it is, shout out somebody who you could say is at the top of their game in something that they do. Okay, listen to you. You know what? That's great. All of the people that you all have shouted out, right, are people who are all in because of what their actions say, right? Their beliefs are. They are constantly going the extra mile, doing what it takes and putting in the time to be all in, right? Committed to their cause. They're fully committed to their cause, right? And so that's what I think of when I think of someone who's all in. I think of people who, no matter what the circumstances are, right, they're still here, right? No matter, even if my friends don't think it's cool, I'm still here, right? Even if I gotta lose some friends to be committed to this cause, I'm still here. That's what I think of when I hear the phrase all in. Now look, I want to move forward into this next portion where I told you I'm going to give you a practical, a tangible tool to use as you go off and you're into the world of political engagement. You need to know who can be on your team. Like, who else is all in? How can you tell someone is all in? And I want to give you a formula to use, and it requires asking 2 questions, right? The first question is, do you want to win? Right? It's do you want to win? And the second question is when. Right? The questions sound really similar, but they're spelled different. The first one is W-I-N, do you want to win? And the second question is when, W-H-E-N, do you want to win? Now, when I talk about winning, right, because you gotta set the context for what does it mean to win. And winning to me is eliminating the racial wealth gap. Right? Winning to me is having clean water in black communities. Right? Winning to me is having high quality education and affordable health care for us, for people who look like us. That's winning for me. But you gotta ask people the next question. When do you want to win? Because you might have a friend, right, who says, yeah, I want to see black women paid the same amount for the same jobs as everybody else. But they say, I might be okay with seeing it 10 years from now. No, you're not all in. The question is, do you want to see it happen right now? Because that's what it means to be all in. One of my good mentors, Inky Johnson, if I'm familiar with him, the other day he actually said something about urgency. He said, my urgency oftentimes will dictate what I'm willing to tolerate. And he gave this powerful story about how he was in the airport. And, there's the train that takes you from gate to gate when you get there out to go do security. And he said, he was about to get on the train, and all these people were walking in and rushing, trying to get onto the train so they could get to the gate. And they were saying, my plane is about to leave, I'm about to miss my flight. And then he was like, well, I got to get to my plane too. So he's getting on the plane, right? But then he gets a text message from Delta Airlines that says, your flight has been canceled. And so all of a sudden he stepped back and he started letting other folks go in front of him. But what he was really trying to say was, because he was no longer urgent, he was willing to tolerate other people going in front of him. What you have to understand is, when we're urgent about the issues that the NAACP is fighting for, I can't tolerate someone telling me, oh, my vote doesn't count. I'm not willing to tolerate that, right? Because I'm urgent. What I want is, I want these causes to be tackled and these issues to be addressed, but I want it right now. You have to understand, you need somebody who wants to win, and they gotta want to win right now, right? And so, I want to do something because I told you I wasn't going to be before you too long. I need, okay, well, this is what I'm going to do. Do y'all have that slide that I have? Is it, who got this slide? All my youth, I want to get the youth involved. If you have your phone with you? Okay, all right. So, okay, cool. So my phone number is right here. I just need one representative from each of the youth tables to be volunteer as the text messenger, right? You're going to send me a text message, but I'm not giving you instructions. Here's what I want you to do. I want us to understand that we are called right now to do a job. Like, we have a job, we have a duty. I want to know what you think your duty is. And let me go ahead, right? I want to know what you think your duty is civically right now, right? Talk it over. I'm gonna give you 1 minute. That's all you got, because they're gonna run me off here, right? I'm gonna give you 1 minute. Talk it over with your table and send me a text message. What is your job in this season as we are trying to be civically engaged? Text me that job and talk about it really quick. And I know a lot of people are going to be tempted to say vote, right? And I agree. I want you to vote, but I want you to think outside the box a little bit. Give me something different, right? What is your job? You got 45 seconds.
I don't want to. What's going on, Father?
Hello. How you doing?
Y'all met my sister?
Yes. We made it.
Abu, you sleep? Oh, you sleep?
Okay, so we're getting some good answers coming in. We're back. And whoever your volunteers were from each of those tables, I need you quick, run up here, real quick. Whoever the volunteer was, right now, hurry up. We'll be done.
Oh. Ooh.
Okay, hurry up.
Urgency.
Okay, so I want to see something, and we're going to do this. So, again, I'm taking stuff to sports again, but oftentimes, right, we get into a huddle in sports contexts, right, and the coaches or captains might bring folks in, and we're going to kind of circle up, get right out. And you get like, this way. And they get in the huddle, right, and then they put their hands in, and the coach might say, win on 3 or something like that, right? And then everybody say, right? So I want to do something, right? I want y'all to all put your hands in, and we're going to go all in on 3. Okay, here we go. All in on me, all in on 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All in! Oh, hold on. We just talking about urgency. He looked like he was just too cool for school, I'm laid back. But I'm joking, but I want you all to be able to see that you can actually see outwardly facing on certain people whether or not they truly are committed to the cause, whether or not they truly are all in. So we're going to try this one more time. And don't be afraid. I know you got the mirror in the eye, but come on, let's be loud about this, right? Here we go. All in on me, all in on me. 1, 2, 3. All in! Yeah. And you guys can go back to your seat. Thank you. Okay. So look, like I said, I'm not going to be before you long, but I've certainly enjoyed my time talking to you all. And I'll give you an opportunity to get back to their seats. But I certainly enjoyed my time talking to you all, but I would be remiss if I came all this way and did not give you a charge to go forward.
He didn't read them.
We are at a critical point, a crucial point in time where we cannot afford to stand by and do nothing. Not only are we as young people being called on to step up and take action, but we are also being accountable. That's called on and accountable. Society would have us to sit back with our feet propped up and our arms crossed. I've seen the TikTok trends, you all, I need to be very demure, very kind, very cute, right? I've seen it drives me nuts, very demure, very cutesy, because I want you to understand that demure means to be shy and reserved and laid back. Don't miss this, because right now is not the time to be shy and reserved about the issues that we're fighting for. It's not the time to be cutesy about the people that we're fighting for. I came all the way from Georgia on a mission to remind you that the only way you can be all in is if you believe that I'm not demure, but I'm determined. I'm not cutesy, but I'm courageous. I'm not demure, but I'm daring. I'm not cutesy, but I'm committed. I'm not cutesy, but I'm capable. I can't be demure because I'm dauntless. I can't afford to be cutesy because I'm contributing to the cause. Right? The sad thing is that the famous dream that Dr. Martin Luther King spoke of over 60 years ago has yet to be realized. But his words that he said when he said we're confronted with the fierce urgency of now still ring true today. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, so as I close, allow me to leave you with some good news. The good news is that it's not too late to act. It's not too late. There's a tangible thing we can do. The good news is that in 11 days, that on Tuesday, November the 5th, we can take a step in the right direction by casting our vote. And hear me when I say this. Do not give in to this notion that being civically engaged or civically involved is doing something extra. No. That's actually your job. That's actually your duty. You know, I'm charging each of you simply just to do your job. That's all I came here to ask you to do, is to do your job. Here's your job. And some of you helped me write my speech tonight. Your job is to find out what the issues are. Your job is to learn about who the representatives are. Your job is to tell others who the representatives are. Tell others what the issues are. Bring awareness to our youth. Somebody said to create affordable housing and ownership for Black Americans. Your job is to give back to your communities. Your job is to go to the Capitol and advocate for your people. Your job is to advocate for yourself. Your job is to not be discouraged by the haters and the naysayers. Your job is, as the late congressman from Georgia said, to get in good trouble. Your job is to vote. Your job is to be all in. One more time, I'm going to say all, you're going to say in. All. In. All. In. Thank you all so very much for having me. It's been a pleasure. You know, please one more time. For all my youth, again, I truly meant it when I said I am your peer. I want you all to be able to get in contact with me. All my information is here. I know most of them on Instagram. You know, we don't keep a phone call. If you want to be in contact with me, you can hit me on any of these things, and I'm sure to get back in touch with you all. Thank you all so much.
Can we please give another round of applause?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for such an amazing lively keynote speech to our NAACP California, Hawaii, and College Freedom Fighters, and for the leadership you provide, and by far one of the largest in Nevada states in the country.